My name is Dorothy Hogan Schofield, and I am curator of the Sandwich Glass Museum. Now today I'd like to share with you some of the glass that was being made about the mid-19th century, about the 1840s, 50s, 60s era. By this time, they had improved glass making to a point where they did not need the overall lacy designs to cover the pieces, to cover the piece to kind of hide the flaws. So by now, pressing techniques had so improved that they were able to do these kind of plain, bold designs with flat panels or circles or punties as they were called, and these kind of bold designs. And as you may have noticed, there wasn't a whole lot of color going on during the early years of the factory. And it's this time that they started to experiment with color. So if you had a batch, what your main ingredients, you would add uranium to get the canary or yellow glass. You would add coppers and irons to get some of the blues and greens. And then you could add cobalt to get that dark, really dark cobalt, what they call cobalt blue, even today, cobalt blue, really dark blue. So it was like mixing a cake, basically. You mix your cake and out comes your glass. So also, to help improve the surface of the glass, to kind of eliminate the crizzling, they introduced something called fire polishing. And so just once the piece was made, the piece would go back into the glory hole, just warm up a little bit, and that kind of just helped disguise all the flaws. But what was really innovative to me at this particular point in time is how they made their glass. They made the glass where in two parts, the top part and then the base. And the pieces were joined together while still hot by barriso, what we call a little button of glass. And then the two pieces were put together. So and at the same time, the New England Glass Company was making similar designs, but their objects were made in a single mold. So when you look at this piece, this is made by the New England Glass Company. A way to help you discern that it was not made by Sandwich is that the mold mark, or the seam mark, runs all the way from the base to the top of this. This is, to the top of the press design. This part here, that's the other kind of innovative thing, is that it could have been closed to form a lamp. It could have opened to form a vase. You could have goffered or crimp the edges of the rim, or you can leave it plain. And a great example of all these are in this window here with the loop pattern. The loop pattern font could have been opened up to form your vase. You either have a plain rim or a goffered rim or a crimped rim. And you could even take it and twist it, and you would have this kind of swirl design on the vases. So very innovative. And then you could take that same font and put it on a whole different base. You could have this one kind of what they call like a pestle and square kind of base, but you could also have, they were made on round bases, they were made on a variety of could be even a flaring hexagonal base, so all sorts of bases. So when Sandwich made their pieces, again, they were made in two parts. So the mold mark is going to stop. It's going to stop in between. So you have the mold marks coming up from here, going all the way up to this point here. And this is where the wafer begins. And this one's great in that the seams don't line up, so it's not going to be very confusing. So the seam for the press piece is over here. So this is your seam for the base, and this is the seam for the thing. So they just don't quite match up, which is fine. That's pretty common. So these methods of, instead of making things in a single mold, by adding two different elements together, you could really expand your line. So you could have a variety of bases, a variety of tops, and make yourself more marketable, more affordable, which was Deming Jarvis's goal. So thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time.